everybody, and welcome to another episode of Ask a Creative. Today, I'm very excited because we have a real life magician joining us. Welcome, Nickleby the Magician. Yay!
Hey, Michelle, it's great to be here.
Thank you so much. Now, I need to let you in on a little secret.
Okay.
Ever since I was a little girl, I actually wanted to be a magician's assistant.
Oh, there you go.
So there may be an ulterior motive for me getting you on. So I even have my...
Oh, magic hat. Look at that.
Oh, look at that. See, don't
Just sparkly one. you look like an official magician's assistant now.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Now, I tried to do the magic bit and I decided that I was much better at being the person who did this.
You've got magician assistant hands. That's very good.
I do.
Yep.
So that's what I'm going to be today. Today I'm going to be the magician's assistant because I've had a lot of kids send in questions for you. This is my book here that I put all the questions in, and you have got a whole page of questions.
Fantastic. I'm excited.
It's not just me who's super excited to have you on the show. Okay, so are you brave enough to answer questions from the kids?
I'll give it a shot. Fire away.
All right. So Bella wants to know, do you have a favourite prank that you like to pull on people?
Oh, I do have a favourite prank. It's one that I pull on my kids. You see, my kids love chocolate. And one Easter, I wrapped up a whole bunch of eggs. But I took out the chocolate and I put tiny tomatoes, you know, those little wee tomatoes you can buy, cherry tomatoes, and I put them as a replacement where the chocolate was, and they were so excited. I filled their laps with chocolate and I said, you can eat as many as you like. And I filmed it and they were very disappointed when they opened it up and there was no chocolate but cherry tomatoes. The other prank, I know, it's a bit mean, isn't it?
Yeah.
But very healthy. The other prank is something I did. Now, rabbits are illegal in Queensland where I live, so I have a special permit, a special license to keep a rabbit. So no one's often seen a rabbit when I perform. People were more excited to meet the rabbit than they are to actually meet me most of the time. And the amount of times that kids come up to me and say, I've never seen or I've never touched a rabbit. So one day, I bought a car for the rabbit, a little mini Range Rover. And I went to KFC and I hid in the bush and I put the rabbit in the car and the rabbit can actually drive the car. So this was a really fun prank. What I did was I lined him up at the line of KFC, and you should have seen their faces when he came to the checkout counter driving himself. And he pulled up to the counter and about 6 or 7 staff all came to the window through the drive-through, and they were laughing their heads off and they were filming and taking selfies out the window. And they passed him the lettuce through the counter, and then the rabbit took off and drove off. And I filmed the whole thing and I put it up on Facebook, and that night my Facebook just went crazy. It was ding, 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 notification after notification. And I woke up in the morning and 1.2 million people had viewed that video. So it's pretty special keeping a rabbit. And I think most of the time people actually book me to see the rabbit, not to see me.
That's awesome. I love that they line up to see the rabbit and not you.
Thanks.
Well, now, apart from the rabbit, do you have any other pets? Will wants to know.
Yeah, I do have a couple of doves that are in my show as well. And doves are also very placid animals, very easy to train. And so magicians for many years have used doves and rabbits. Apart from that, as much as my kids would love me to buy a whole bunch of other animals, that is the only animals that we keep.
Okay. All right then. Now, Molly wants to know, here's a curly one. Molly asks the hard-hitting questions around here. Is magic real?
Yeah, of course it is. You have to have one of these. And when you become a real magician, you get a magic wand, and that's so you look wonderful.
Oh, you do look wonderful.
Thank you. No, of course, magic is not real. It's I like to describe it like this. If you play a sport, maybe soccer or football, as you call it here, or rugby, you often use a thing called misdirection. So you're running with the ball and you pretend to pass it this way, but then you quickly turn around and you pass it that way. You have just tricked the other player. Misdirection. And that's what magicians do. Often we distract them with something over here while we're actually doing something sneaky over here. So we use misdirection and sleight of hand to fool people.
Yeah. Now, Darcy wants to know, are you scared of anything?
Ooh, I am. I am scared of, I was scared of heights, but then I did a magic trick skydiving. So I actually performed a trick 12,000 feet in the air, and I performed the trick as I was going down to the ground. And since then, it has actually overcome my fear of heights, but I'm still scared of spiders, especially those huntsman spiders. I can't stand them. And if I see one in my house, I will not sleep until I get them out of the house. So that's that I'm scared of. Definitely don't have stage fright. The first few times I stepped on a stage, I was very nervous, but the more you do it, you overcome that fear, and now I'm not scared of being out in front of people.
Awesome. Tommy wants to know, did you always want to be a magician when you grew up?
No, not at all. I want to be a chef, but my dad is a magician, and he's been performing for 40 years. And so I grew up with him doing shows, and I wanted to leave school and go and train to be a chef. And my dad said to me, he said, Nick, before you go and train to be a chef, why don't you come on the road with me as my roadie and save some money, and then you can go and pay for your chefing course and make sure it's what you want to do. Well, as soon as I started working for my dad and started touring around and realizing that being a magician, it allows you to travel, and it also allows you to have fun and help other people have fun. And when I started doing that, that is what made me want to become a magician. And so since then, it's all I've ever done, and I've never gone back to being a chef.
That's amazing. So, I mean, are you a really good cook at home? Do you like cooking at home?
I did like cooking. I did do it a lot when I first got married, but now I let my wife do most of the cooking. Yeah, I just enjoy the food. I like the eating part.
Yeah, fair enough. Matilda wants to know, if you could change the world, what would you change?
I would probably want the world to be a little bit more kind. Often, I come from Christchurch originally, and we had some really big earthquakes in Christchurch. And my family talked about, after the earthquakes, neighbours started talking to each other more, and people started catching up with their friends more and ringing and checking in on each other. And often it takes a natural disaster to change the world, but I would like the world just to change without there being a natural disaster, without the virus or without the earthquakes. I just think that it'd be nice if the world was just kinder to each other and took more time to look out for each other.
Yeah, I agree. Oliver wants to know, what's the best part of what you do?
Well, Oliver, the best part of what I do is every time I perform, although sometimes my show is often the same, it's always a different audience. And the best part is meeting people that have never seen my show before and seeing them smile and laugh and seeing their reactions. And the best part of what I do is the audience, is getting to see how people respond to my show. The other thing that makes being a magician so fun is often you get paid to travel to different parts of the world. And so rather than saving up to go on a holiday, someone's actually paying you to go to another country to do a show, and you get to explore that country while you're there, which is really, really fun.
That's so cool. Have you got any advice for kids wanting to learn how to do magic?
I do. My advice would be, I've got a magic school actually on my website, which is nickleby.com.au. And on there, I teach 4 magic tricks every month. And it's not using like expensive props. It's all done with things you can use from around the house. And every month, I teach 4 brand new tricks that they can learn. The other way is to jump on YouTube or to get books out from the library. That's how I started, by reading books. But now you can watch videos and tutorials online. So that would be my advice.
Awesome. So if kids want to learn more about what you do, what's the best way that they can get in contact with you?
The best way is via Facebook, which is Nickleby the Magician on Facebook. They can send me an email. All they have to do is jump on my website. They can send me an email. Again, my website is nickleby.com.au, and get in touch there. We do have lots of cool things like magic schools, and we do lots of shows around the place. So that way they can keep updated with where I'm performing, and hopefully they can come to one of my shows and I can meet them there. Given the circumstances right now with what's going on in the world with coronavirus, I am doing less shows, so I'm doing more shows online. So often they can jump on my Facebook page with the assistance of their parents, of course, and they can watch one of my online performances. Do you want to see a trick right now, Michelle?
Yes, I'd love that.
Okay, great. I've got an invisible pack of cards. They're quite hard to see because they're invisible. I'm going to throw them through the screen. Could you catch them for me? So just put your hands out like this. And okay, you ready? And catch.
Got it.
Good catch. Now, can you just give the cards a quick shuffle? You got to take them out of the box first. It just makes it easier.
Sorry.
Good job. And find your favorite card. Have you got a favorite card?
I do.
Like mine's the king, so don't pick the king.
Okay. Yep. Right.
Okay, don't tell me. But yep, you've got it. Okay, don't show the camera, but put it upside down in the pack.
Okay. Yep.
And put them back in the box.
Yep.
Now, just to confirm, we haven't rehearsed this, right?
No, we haven't.
Okay, now throw that in the bag. Oh, good shot.
What the?
Now, what card did you turn upside down?
The 7 of Hearts.
The 7 of Hearts. Are you serious? Let me show you this. All the cards are face up, but there is one upside down.
Stop it. No way!
7 of Hearts. There you go.
You are the most magic person I know.
Well, you're my assistant and you did all the magic because you're the one that turned it upside down invisibly. So well done.
There was another question in the book.
Okay, far away.
Michelle, she said, do you need an assistant?
Michelle, look, I always am looking for an assistant. So send in your audition tape and we'll take a look. But I think you'd make a fantastic assistant. You've got the magician assistant look all about you. And I think you'd be fantastic. You might even make a great magician.
Oh, well, maybe with lots and lots of practice. But if any of the kids have got any other questions that they want to ask you, please put it in the comments. Hit that like button, subscribe so you can see some more amazing videos from creative people like Nick. And thank you so much, Nick, for being on the show today. I really appreciate it. And thank you so much for making the world a more magical place. We really appreciate it.
No problem, Michelle. Thanks for having me on your show. I appreciate it.
See you later.
Thanks.
Bye.